You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello and welcome to the Up the Turnpike post-game show. What is going on? Matt O'Leary alongside Mitch Anderson. Mitch, it wasn't pretty, but the Isles got it done tonight.
It very much was not, but that's right. They don't ask you how, they ask you how many. And this is win number 22, I believe, right? It was game number 40 tonight. Hell yeah, let's go. Up to 48 points on the year. I don't think many of us saw this coming.
No, we certainly didn't, but we will absolutely take this one. And ironically, Mitch, it kind of started the exact opposite. It started really good for the Islanders. They score early in this game, and then it starts to go off the rails. So let's start with the positive here in the first period and take a look at this Cal Ritchie goal. Cal back in the lineup. Nice shot here.
The entire line working here from Holmstrom to Shabanov back to Homie, and this little touch play here. Oh, top corner in the toy department, Brendan, far side.
In the toy department, Brendan. Gotta love it.
Yeah, and the whole line connecting there. And like they were buzzing early, not just this line, but the entire team. I know this is 3 minutes in, but like everyone was buzzing, pushing and keeping the play going offensively. They really wanted to, it felt like they wanted to correct the end of the last game here against Chicago to begin things.
Yeah. No, I absolutely felt the same way. And then Andrei Burakovsky takes a penalty later in the first period, which would send the Islanders to a power play. And Bo Horvat just continues to score some goals, Mitch.
Oh my God, this replay doesn't give it justice because you can't see the shot. So I stress to you to go watch a replay either on NHL.com or on Twitter. We can't do it here because it would demonetize us. But he doesn't have much of a release here. There's not a whole lot of room for him to get this shot off, but he gets absolutely everything on this shot and it rifles past Spencer Knight.
Love it. Schaefer picks up a secondary assist, which he is the youngest defenseman in NHL history, or to hit 25 points. That's right. I wanted to make sure that I worded it correctly, but I did.
I mean, doesn't that seem like one of those gimmicky things? The youngest one to pick his nose while scratching his butt at the same time. Oh my God. Like, it's great. He's scoring the points and I'm super happy about it, but just, it almost seems like we're manufacturing things right now.
Because he hit 25. It's a nice arbitrary number. It makes me feel good. Okay. Why do you have to poo-poo it, Mitch? Come on.
Maybe it's because it's late that I'm like, this stupid crap. But you're right. It is an arbitrary number. Maybe that's just the whole thing for me. It's like, why 25? Whatever. Great. Good for him. Obviously, I'm super happy.
So Islanders up 2-0 after the first period. They outshot the Chicago Blackhawks 10-7. Like I said, I thought it was a good first period. You have a 2-goal lead. I was feeling pretty good about how they looked in that first.
Yeah. If they kept that up the rest of the game, they win big. I mean, not like 6-0, but like maybe they win 4-2 type of thing. They were just playing very, very well, generating a lot of shots, skating with a lot of speed, a lot of a poise through the neutral zone in terms of transition. But that just was gone by the second period. Just nothing like that at all.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I'm going to play spoiler here, but as I mentioned, 10 shots in the first period by the New York Islanders, only 4 in period number 2. No goals for the New York Islanders in that second period. The Blackhawks, though, they would score. We start with Teuvo Teravainen, makes it a 2-1 game here.
Yeah, I forget exactly how this transpires here for the Islanders, but already not liking to see Scott Mayfield out there. That it's kind of a lost coverage at the top. I think Simon Holmstrom loses his stick over at the top of the crease here. You'll see it right there. He kind of loses something and then he pulls himself out of the play, and that opens up a little bit of room for them to get a shot off. And it's just kind of like, kind of deflating because the Islanders had been playing well, as we said in the first period, and then just they scored 15 minutes in to the second period here. You had 15 minutes to keep momentum going, and you just didn't, which tells me it was less about the Islanders in period number 1 and more about the Chicago Blackhawks giving them the space to do what they wanted to do. And in the second, they took that space away. So that doesn't feel good for the Blackhawks to just go like, we'll change how this game is going to be played now. Thank you very much. The Islanders did not have that answer to be like, well, we'll do it now too. They just couldn't do it.
No, they couldn't. And they took a late penalty. Bo Horvat at 16:49 takes a high sticking penalty, which would be a double minor. So 4 minutes for the Islanders to kill off. You were shaking your head there at the call, at the decision. What
the call? It's total bullshit. I'm trying to find the wording for the NHL rules. So Brandon mentioned it in during the broadcast, but you're basically not allowed to, but like you refs don't have to call a high stick when you're crouching down in a face-off and you get smacked in the face trying to take a face-off, which is exactly what happened. Foligno's schnoz gets cut and they're like, 4 minutes for that. And you're going, but that's not a penalty. Per the NHL rule book, rule number 60, page 91, that is not a high sticking penalty in the NHL. There's only 2 exceptions, like the follow through and this. And they call them for 4 minutes on it. And we almost killed the whole goddamn thing.
They were so close, Mitch, so close on this one, but we got to pull it up. So Nick Lardis is able to score on the power play with 3 seconds left in the period. They almost made it all the way through.
Yeah, and this is a good, well-worked goal here from Chicago. David Riddick almost gets it as well. Like, it comes off of him as he's trying to get across the crease there, and he gets his body on it. Just not enough. Just deflating. They called it a backbreaker on the broadcast, and I have to agree. Like, that was just kind of like, God damn it, man. We had this game, and then you let it slip with a dumb shit penalty from the refs.
All that momentum and the good vibes of the first period completely gone. Momentum on Chicago's side. Again, they score in the final seconds of period number 2. Now it's a tie game. Whole different ball game now going into the third period.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, the Chicago Blackhawks said, we're going to change how this game is played. Can the New York Islanders do the same thing going into the third period? No, they could not.
Not a lot of shots for either side in the third period, Mitch. 6 for the Islanders. Blackhawks only had 3 in the period. And it was getting a little chippy. Matthew Barzal, I like this comment from PAF. Barzal is the team enforcer now because he goes after Mikheyev.
Yeah. So Darsh or Doc. Is it Doc? No, because he's with Montreal now, is he not? Anyways, whatever. There's a player who hits Emil Heineman late, and the entire team's saying we're not having that. And Matthew Barzal gets in on it and eventually gets in the scrum with, was it Mikheyev, you said?
Yes.
And they push each other around. No call on Emil Heineman getting.
That was going to be my point, is why wasn't there a call? It was different Doc. Colton Doc, not Kirby Doc.
Okay.
Confusing. There was a different Doc that was with Chicago previously. Right.
It's just stupid, like bad officiating, multiple bad calls from the officials. You saw one later in the period as well, where the Chicago Blackhawks seem to have beat out an icing call. And then the officials, the linesmen say there's no icing. And then within a second, oh wait, it's icing. What are we doing here, man?
Yeah. And honestly, Mitch, like I said, no goals in the third. So we're going to get into overtime and the shootout here. But the Islanders were doing pretty much everything in their power to gift the Blackhawks a goal. They had 2 or 3 really grade A chances in the final seconds.
Yes, they hit the post once in the final couple of seconds, but like they had a couple of tap-ins, it seems. They hit the post at least 3 times, if not 4 times, just the Chicago Blackhawks did. We hit it once ourselves on the same end of the ice. Just wild stuff from the Chicago Blackhawks at the end, really pushing for that goal, and we could not match their intensity.
No, certainly.
Well, except for David Riddick. David Riddick could.
David Riddick absolutely could. He was really good tonight. We'll talk about his numbers in a little bit. In overtime, the Islanders would actually get a late power play in overtime. Yeah, it didn't look great, right? It was Heineman was tripped. Didn't really get anything going on the power play.
Can I imitate how like the power play for you, please?
Yeah, let's do it.
Watch. Here it is. There's no movement. No one goddamn moved. They got the puck and like, hey, go do something. And everyone's like, no, you do something. No, you should. It was like a Canadian standoff right there and with a 4-on-3. Guys, you have so much space. It's a 4-on-3. Use it. Move. Even just like take a step forward, take a step back. Nothing much. Like what? Nothing. They just stood there with their sticks on the ice. Come on.
I know. Frustrating stuff. But in the shootout, David Rittich was awesome. He stopped all three. And Bo Horvat scores the game winner in the shootout. Beautiful move, right? Goes in, slows it up, and just gets the right angle and puts it top shelf.
How many times have we seen that goal scored against us? Where again, like you said, they come in hot and then they slow down, forcing the goalie to pull back, opening up the top side and bury it. With a shot like Bo Horvat, he just has to use that all the time.
I was going to say thousands probably over the last few years. It feels like at least.
At least, yeah. We finally have a guy who can score those. So, God, please just, it seems like a cheat code. I don't know why we just don't do that all the time.
Can I make a request to the New York Islanders and Patrick Waugh before we get into some more game stats?
Yeah.
Stop putting Matthew Barzal out for the shootout. He can't do it. He just can't. Like, that's not his skill set. He's what, 20% in his career, if that?
Yeah, which isn't awful, but like the effort, you have 20% and then you see the effort he did today. You're like, maybe there was a shot there that I didn't notice. Obviously he's better than I am, but like it just looked kind of pathetic.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on it. It's frustrating, but again, it wasn't pretty, but a 3-2 win in the shootout. You take it, they get the extra point. So 2-point night for the New York Islanders. We'll do some game stats and then get into the box score. Islanders led the shot total 21-19. Islanders also better in the faceoff dot, 54% to the Blackhawks 46. Islanders went 1 for 3 on the power play, and the Blackhawks went 1 for 2. So you're looking at 8 penalty minutes for Chicago to the Islanders 6. A lot of hits for both sides, 28 for the Islanders, 23 for Chicago. Blackhawks more block shots, 16-9. High giveaway number for the Islanders, 24-12. Takeaways pretty close, 6-5. Islanders with one more.
Yeah, we're seeing a couple of comments here, like Craig's like Barzal scored the past 2 shootouts, and he's 2 for 5 on the year. I guess that's not so bad. 2 for 5 isn't so bad. It just looks bad when you see that last effort. It's just like, come on, man, a little bit more. Maybe the puck rolled on him. And I'm just being too harsh because it's past my bedtime.
It's highly possible. We're cranky. We like to go to bed early around here. We like the 7 o'clock puck drops and no overtime, not 8:30 and a shootout. Doing a post game till midnight, but this is what we do. We love it. Mitch, who leads the way for Islanders forwards?
You had a tone there. I'm going to say it's Bo Horvat.
That would have been my guess. He played 23 minutes and 2 seconds.
It's got to be Emil Heineman, isn't it?
Emil Heineman, 23 minutes and 48 seconds tonight.
Shit. He was good. He's good. Doing everything he needed to do except for score a goddamn goal, which he should do more frequently.
So that top line, right? They have Barzal and Heineman and Horvat together, right? All played over 23 minutes.
Yeah. That was a good line. They really generated some offense. Obviously they score on the power play, but still, I like that line. Please keep it together. Please. And even the third line of Shabanov, Holmstrom, and Richie looked fantastic, right?
Yeah.
They scored the goal right early on, and they looked fantastic through the rest of the game. Please keep that together. I'm
in on that. Who do we got for the least amount of ice time, Mitch?
It's going to be Duke, because there's someone here who says he has 9 minutes of ice time, and I see Mark Gacom.
Spoiler. We don't like the spoils. Come on, Andre. Is this your first post-game show? 9 minutes and 50 seconds for Anthony Duclair.
Who was fine. I thought he was okay as a fourth line winger. I really had no problems with him. I'd like for him to do more, but apparently that's too much to ask.
That is too much. I think that is too much to ask.
Yeah, out of him or anyone else, like he is the best option on the fourth line right now, considering everyone else that we've got. Can
I tell you something before we get to defensemen that's shocked me a little bit? Jonathan Drouin, 4th on the team in ice time. Did he play tonight?
He did.
Clearly, right?
There's the one thing that I like from him, and I was on the power play goal. He makes the zone entry right through the middle and absorbs a massive hit from Chicago to like let the play continue, and we eventually score from it. So like, it's a plus in my books.
Yeah, that is a plus. All right, defenseman.
Matthew Schaefer.
26 minutes and 54 seconds for Matthew Schaefer. Mitch, my heart jumped into my throat. We didn't talk about it in the third period. He goes into the post with a full head of steam. Took it right in the rib cage. Not fun.
And like bent in two, right? Like, he looked like he turned into Gumby bending in half. I wrote it in our Discord. PS, sign up to the Patreon and get access to the Discord. That no one over 30 years old comes up after that. Not a single person.
No, are you? I can't get up to that speed on the ice. But let's say there's some sort of machine that can push me at that speed into the net and hit my rib. That'd be it. I'd be in a wheelchair after that.
And I remember, guys, like you all probably know, you've played hockey before. There's no real padding there, man.
No,
like the chest protector is all here.
It's in the front and the back. Here. It's open, man.
It's nothing. Maybe they have some like undergarments, some like under layers, the base layers that have a little bit more foam or a little bit of padding in it, but like not much.
No, it's that's not a spot you want to get hit. The
like
inside
Kelby is saying, I'm jealous of how quick an 18-year-old can bounce back like that.
Yes. 1000% yes. Oh my god. Least
Marshall Warren
by a lot. 9 minutes and 54 seconds.
He had another one today and one more play where you're like, you weren't in the right spot for that. Starting to add up here. Travis Mitchell wasn't making those mistakes. He probably wasn't trying to do more though. Whereas Marshall Warren is trying to do maybe a little bit more offense. And it's just kind of, nipping him in the butt. Not really. That's not the right word. But anyways, you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. As for David Rittich, he stopped 17 of 19 shots, 2 goals against, only an .895 save percentage, though, because of the lack of shots.
What a bum. But yeah, like just not a big shooting game. Like we had 9 shots in the last 2 periods of play. Like that's just not enough. At least through halfway the third period.
Yeah, so I could give you the exact numbers. Chicago had 10 combined in the second and the third. The Islanders also had 10 combined in the second and the third.
Yeah, just it's not enough shots if we're just looking at ourselves. Like as much as it was, like it felt free flowing, there's just not a lot of shots. Just I assume the block shots are pretty high. Not really, not at all. Combined 25 block shots.
Yeah, no, not a ton.
Damn. Okay. Comments?
Yeah, let's do some comments.
All right, let's go to the top here. Gary is saying Rittich is awesome. Barzal is a beast. He was so mad in that scrum.
Right? He was. He's playing with a little bit of an edge.
Yeah. Double A 62-174 is saying so much dead weight up front. I'd keep Horvat, Barzal, Richie, Heineman, Shabanov, Holmstrom, and dump the rest. Team better sell 27, 44, and 53 at the deadline. Oh, I think you're setting yourself up for disappointment. I doubt they sell all 3.
I don't think it's going to be all 3. Toss 29 in there too, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No longer Brock Nelson, but the new 29.
Who's doing so well. 15 goals, 28 points on the year is Brock Nelson.
We knew it was going to be a good fit.
Yeah. Connor saying we don't win that game without Schaefer. I'm not even trying to glaze. He was great tonight and made some key defensive plays. But oh man, he scared the hell out of me when he ran in the post.
Preach it, Connor. You, like the rest of us, the heart jumped into the throw. Because isn't that how he got hurt too last year?
Probably. It makes sense with how many times he's running to the net right now.
He is going to the front of the net a lot. So I don't want him to stop doing that, obviously, but it's you run the risk, but he's bouncing back up.
Yeah. And then I like what you're saying here, Connor, in terms of he was great tonight and made some key defensive plays, which is absolutely true. I want to add that he made a lot of really great transitional plays as well. We had a really hard time specifically after the first period gaining the offensive zone and passing through the neutral zone. And with his speed, he was just cutting right through it like a warm butter or a warm knife through butter, and getting into that offensive zone and setting us up at least for a shot or 2. If we had other defensemen who could do that, maybe we wouldn't have had such a hard time in this game once the Chicago Blackhawks decided to change their approach. But they big ups to Matthew Schaefer tonight.
Yep, he was good.
Anthony is saying, thank God they won, but it has to make you feel nervous if you're an Islander fan, barely beating the worst team in the NHL without their best player. Yikes.
It wasn't a great game. You take the 2 points.
Yeah, you take the 2 points. It's also on the road. And like even the worst team in the NHL is going to win 20 some odd games. And they're not even the worst, right? Like isn't Vancouver the worst technically? I have the standings open another tab here.
I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Sorry, the Winnipeg Jets. Although Chicago really not far off. But they only have 1 point better. Worst team in the league. Worst points percentage at 449.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, no, not good.
And only above Chicago right now. Winnipeg because of tonight's point.
It's so funny looking at the standings and literally the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams are all Western Conference teams.
All of them except for Nashville below 500. Nashville's straight up 500.
Yeah, that's true too.
Right. And not a single team in the East below 500.
It's just they don't have the top end teams in the East like the West does, obviously. But
that's the thing. Yeah.
Everyone is so closely bunched together.
You can have the debate. I know Ryan and I were kind of tossing it back and forth. What is the better conference? The West because they have the really, really good teams, or the East because every team is technically good? You can make the argument the other way around. Like the East isn't very good because no one can win as much. Whereas the West is as good because you have wagons like Colorado, Dallas, and Minnesota, without even counting Edmonton, which is turning it up.
Yeah, they're 7-3 in their last 10. And we knew they weren't going to be that bad for that long.
No, exactly. Right. So anyways, comments, less about us. SS Bouncer saying, Big Save Dave robbed Chicago in the shootout, just like a modern day Al Capone.
That's great. I love the reference too.
Yeah. Richard Lord says, as we all know, the Islanders were very lucky. Once again, they scored only 2 goals. Can you guys please score 3 or more goals on New Year's Day? We're going to the game, Mary and Richard.
Yeah, please get 3 goals for Mary and Richard in there. And I think we do it a lot, but we need to do it again. We need to sing the praises of the Islanders goalies because they are both Elias Sorokin and David Rittich, especially David Rittich with Sorokin out right now is keeping this team afloat. Absolutely.
100%. It's a Big Save Dave is doing the goddamn thing. It's really, really inspiring to see. Okay. We got Chris Bellafiore says, every season we see this team hits a lull and play terrible for a long stretch. If this is our lull this year, we're going to have a great season, trying to be optimistic. Chris, the GOAT Bellafiore, just doing GOAT things all the time.
Yep. No surprise there from our guy.
Yeah. Agreed. Like they're always going to hit a rough patch, and now might be it. These last couple of weeks type of thing, right? Where they're just not scoring a whole heck of a lot of goals. So maybe they come out of it at some point.
I hope so.
On the scoring, Chris from Long Island says in the last 8 games, the Isles have scored 2 goals every game except Vancouver, where they scored 1. They're 4-3-1 in that span.
Again, goalies. the goalies are keeping them afloat right now.
Yeah. Hashtag winning hockey. Where are we going here? So Nick Totoro, Nick Totoro says, I know Chicago are bad, but they do now have 2 center spots open after their injury tonight. Would be happy to send Pajot their way to help out for their unprotected first-round pick.
Hey, yeah. There you go. You need a center?
We got one, baby. Look at him.
Yeah, he's good. He wins a bunch of face-offs.
Let's go. That would be great. There's a couple of talks about the Olympic here, and then SS is saying after Tavares, I'd rather none of our guys go and get hurt.
Yeah, fair. We're scarred from 2014, right?
Yeah. We'll see if anyone makes it. I have my doubts that anyone from our team makes it.
Canada roster tomorrow.
Yeah,
at 12 noon, baby.
We'll see. The best shot for our team is Behorbat, I think.
On the broadcast, they were talking up Emil Heineman and Simon Holmstrom.
I'm surprised they didn't mention David Rittich with the way he's playing. Wouldn't the Czechs love to have him on the team?
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah. Shout out to Patreon Tim for that. He's the one who put that planted that scene in my mind.
Would not have even thought of it without the Tim comment. So thank you.
Yeah. PS is saying here at 11:31, Shabanov has no shootout moves. And then I know someone else. Yeah, it's Sean a little bit later, 11:32 says, thought one of Shabanov's assets was his ability to score in the shootout. Am I mistaken? He's never used.
He is never used. And that was my thought as well with him coming over from the KHL.
Yeah, man. Like there's no no learning curve here in terms of the shootout. He's got maybe a little bit less ice to work with, but like that's not really going to matter in a shootout. Why aren't we trying the guy who's got soft hands? Maybe he's not showing it in practice. I would have a hard time believing that.
It's not like the Islanders have a stacked lineup of just Franz Nielsen's who are scoring at 50% in the shootout.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, come on, what are we doing here? Caden says this team's only big need is figuring out a true defense. The sixth man hasn't been giving us enough.
No, that's true. They do feel like they're rotating through a bunch of guys now, and it wouldn't surprise me to see if they went back to Travis Mitchell or for them to make some sort of minor addition. No, I'm not saying like they're not going to trade their first round pick and bring in a big name, but I don't know, something like, they brought in Mike Riley off of waivers a couple of years ago, or, we had the, who was the Bortuzzo trade? Who was the other one from St. Louis? No, Bortuzzo was from St. Louis.
Pernovich?
Oh, he was also from St. Louis too, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so there was two then.
Yeah. So we're seeing Jim saying, Nick Leddy return? I don't think so.
No, he looks pretty done, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're saying that. Maybe the organization sees something, but I have my doubts.
It would surprise me.
Yeah. Arrow is saying, I don't know why. I kind of like the way they're playing offensively, even though they're pulling these games out. I'm glad that you're having that optimism.
No, you read it wrong. He says I don't like the way they're playing offensively.
Oh, sorry. My gosh.
That's okay. It's late. But I agree with Arrow. Like, yeah, they are pulling these games out, but the offense, excuse me, is not playing well. And that was when Bo Horvat went down. One of the things that I was saying was I think they're going to have to win ugly, and
yeah,
they did, and they are still kind of winning ugly a little bit. But Horvat's back now, and he's seemingly the only one who can score.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that we have one guy really doing the thing. Kind of need a little bit more than that, guys. We have 12 forwards, 11 of you got to pick it up. Some of you aren't supposed to be picking it up. Like, we're not looking here. It's like, Mark Gatcomb, you better start scoring more often. Like, Mark Gatcomb, what are we supposed to do?
No, but like Lee, Shabanov, Holmstrom, Drouin, Duclair, guys like that.
Yeah, agreed. Craig is saying, I will die on the hill that Schaefer needs Olympic break. He doesn't know how to protect himself yet. Let him rest. He will find the team later in his career. Bo can go as 13th, 14th forward.
Okay. Yeah, I think that if Bo does make it, I do think it's going to be in that kind of role.
Yeah, like obviously they all want to make it, but I'm kind of with Craig here. Like, I want him to start, like, I want him to rest a bit. Give him a couple of weeks. We see him getting, crunched and banged and running and breaking himself in half on posts. Like, let's let his body heal a bit, please.
Yeah.
Okay. We're seeing here from Steve saying there's a missing poster for the Hawaii posted around my neighborhood. Anyone seen him?
That's too good.
Yeah. Gary coming in with the go comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone, please. It helps us grow the channel, reach more people, and increase the amount that we can cover on this team going forward.
Absolutely. Thank you, Gary.
Just below that, Andre saying, any concern on Sorokin injury? Like, this was just a little nagging thing. He'll be fine. And he's missed 4 games now.
Yeah, he has. Not yet. I'm not at that level yet. Are you?
It's starting to.
Okay.
We can't keep running because we clearly don't have another goalie.
No, they refuse to play.
One.
They refuse to play the Hawk.
Right? Like, in back-to-back nights, they're like, no, you cannot. And the last time we did that, we ran Grice in the ground, and he went from having a good year statistically to an okay year statistically. We can't do that to poor Dave.
No,
now's not the time.
too much of a run.
I'm just thinking back. Oh yeah, I guess it's not. When we did that with Grice and played him in back-to-back nights, wasn't the back-to-back in Chicago? Obviously tonight was not a back-to-back in Chicago, but I'm just thinking.
I don't remember.
Okay, that's totally fine. Totally fair. Okay, PS is saying we can beat Dallas and Colorado and can't beat Vancouver and Columbus. Huh? Make it make sense.
Yeah, weird team. They play up to their competition and sometimes play down.
Yeah, that's how it works. And I'll leave it here with Big Time 1972. Enjoy the ride.
Yep,
Love it.
Absolutely. We should. They are playing well. One of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Enjoy it, Islanders fans. That's going to do it for us on this one, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out for another post-game show. I'm Matt. He's Mitch. We'll catch you guys next time.